42. 42. Love, 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 42. 42. Love, 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 42. 42, love, 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 42. 42. 42, love, 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 42. Love, 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 42. Ingen fan mig! Slags av mig! Slags av mig! Yeah, slags av mig! Hey! Gonna find some other videos there. And you know, I think, you know, along with my other videos that I'm doing, that is important. It's important to listen to them in succession. There's a couple out there that maybe not so much. But you know, the big ones. Think, Feel, Believe. Definitely those. And Church on Sundays. Yeah, and those two. And love, love, love. I mean, today with all these people on their phones in their hands, it's creating such an attention deficit. It's one thing to the next, one thing to the next, structure, a little bit structure, okay? So succession will be great. Have you ever heard the saying? Have you ever heard the saying of you reap what you sow, and then you reap what you sow? Or, you shall harvest that from which you plant. You shall harvest that from which you plant. Or, you know, that other, you know, we could relate it to the karma thing. You know, whatever comes around, goes around, karma. You know, but the bottom line is that it's a universal law that goes across the board equally. Namahada, you said it. Namahada, you said it. Namahada, you said it. It's a universal thing that goes across the board. You reap what you sow. You shall harvest that from which you plant. Whatever comes around, goes around. You get back what you put out. Okay. So, what we're talking about mainly here right now, when we're on track with some of the other, the videos that are, the ones that are before this one, the ones that are before this one. The ones before this one, when you count in the numbers, the ones that are before this one. Okay. So the ones that are before this one, and, so when you think about the aspect of that being a universal law that has an effect across the board, no matter what, you are not going to escape it for anything. And that applies in many different directions for many different areas in life, It applies for many different directions in many different areas in life. You reap what you sow, that you will harvest that from what you plant. That means you get back what you put out. Okay, so that also applies, my friend, that also applies to you. And you're going to reap what you sow with what you're doing to yourself. Right? I mean, I know that sounds pretty basic and simple, but we get so caught up in not loving ourselves, and we get so caught up in not appreciating ourselves. We get so caught up, we're really good at it. I think people are more versed at not loving themselves and not appreciating themselves than they are at most all the things that are out there, Not giving yourself the best, not doing the best for yourself, not taking care of yourself, not eating the right foods, not doing the stuff that you need. You need to do it, but so why you not doing it? Why you not doing it? You need to do it. Why you not doing it? Why don't we do those things? What causes us to go down that path of self? We'll just call it on a broad perspective, like from here to out here on a broad perspective. You understand what I'm saying? I know you do. Okay, so on a broad perspective, okay, why do we do those things? You know what? Because it becomes that self-abuse, we'll just kind of call it, because, self-abuse goes in wide ranges by the things we say to ourselves, the things we do to ourselves, the things the lack of support that we even give ourselves, all those kinds of things. Because why is it because we get into the habit of that. And we get into the habit of, and then we back it up, and then we back it up to the law, to the law, to the law. The fact is that you reap what you sow, you will harvest that from what you plant, even for yourself. Whatever you're doing for yourself, you're going to reap whatever it is that you're doing for yourself. I mean, I guess let's just say, a diet. We'll just call it diet in general. That's what you are not doing with a diet for yourself in the best interest of your health. Can later go down the road and lead to diabetes, heart disease, whatever. And the abuse of substances to our body is going to have an effect on us too, so it's like we're real good at doing that kind of stuff to try to somehow think that we're physically escaping from our realities by pushing ourselves in a direction of self-abuse so that we can kind of push ourselves to escape. But the problem is that we just keep on going down those paths, and we're doing nothing but being detrimental to ourselves. And what are we doing? What are we doing? What's your trivia question? What are we doing? You're reaping what you're sowing. You're reaping what you're sowing for yourself. Lack of appreciation and lack of love and lack of taking care of yourself is you're reaping what you're sowing there too. So, that's like universal law towards everything that's out there, no matter what. Okay, so really, the thing that we're trying to do the much is kind of, you got, like I said in one of my, you got to take care of number one, the best you possibly can. And, I'm not going to insult your intelligence. I mean, what you're doing out there in your life, and there's certain things that you shouldn't be doing that you shouldn't be shouldn't be doing them. No, shouldn't be doing, but we do it anyways. You do it anyway, and it's just like what I don't want to use the word fascinating, but I've certainly done things to myself too. What it is that drives an individual to do those things. And, we can immediately try to push it out and blame others. It's because, for instance, this person doesn't appreciate me, or this person doesn't love me, or this person doesn't, blah, 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 blah. This person, whatever the excuses are, we tend to put it on the outside, and blame the outside circumstances. We blame the outside circumstances, and that's what is habit for the do. But for the do, you should not do. We should not do. No, we doing, but we should not do. Okay, you understand? We should not do. We should not do. We should not do. Okay, you should not do. No, not do. No. We're reaping what you're reaping what you're sowing for all those kinds of things. And, my point and my goal with all of this is that people start to take note with what they're doing and the actions that they're taking in their own lives. Because, really, we must ascend. We must ascend. And if you're sitting out there, well, then, I honestly, I don't think you're loving yourself enough to be able to see the light and the reason why you should be doing this. Okay. So if you just feel like I just say, why should I, why do I, if you feel like I do, like I just say, well, then you need to move forward and just take heed to some suggestion. Take heed to some suggestion and exercise it and try it out, and don't give up and be persistent at it. Appreciating yourself, loving yourself, doing those things. Because unfortunately, the world, like I said, 100 times, maybe the world's going to serve up rejection. The world's going to serve up a lack of appreciation. You're not going to get the things, you're not going to get the things that you think you should get even from your own family. You think, well, geez, they're my family, so. Don't expect it. Let's put it that way. If you prepare yourself not to expect it, then you won't be let down, right? And from that point right there, go to the next video. Yeah.